So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
This for everybody. This is Daniel Ariño, Spanish, may I say, composer, or you prefer to say that you're Catalonian? I don't know. This is a politically complicated topic.
Spanish, Galician,
Okay.
Catalonian,
All
universal, whatever you want.
Yeah, it's true because you have some blood from Galicia. That's very true. So I'm Pierre Deligny, and this is the 20 Bars Challenge. And I'm very, very happy that you came all the way to Switzerland. And I thank you very much for coming and having the pleasure to this together. Also, yesterday we were working on the piece, today as well a little bit, but also to have this talk together in real life, in person, so it's not like through any software that gives glitches and all the problems in the world, but so it's very nice to have you here. And I will just start by saying that I think when you sent me the scores and you sent me the proposal, it was I work a lot within the context of the Hochschule Luzern and also my ensemble, the Solution Ensemble. We work a lot with students and people who are very young, and I'm writing pieces and they're sort of discovering the possibilities of the piano, but also the ensemble in the context of the ensemble and everything. And I see that everybody's kind of like trying to find new sounds all the time, apply new techniques, use new objects, whatever you find in your house, use it for a piece. So there's this kind of like hype about new explorations of the sound. And somehow, in a strange way, to receive a score that is just purely keyboard nowadays is sort of like rare. And of course, I took at first a little bit your score with a little bit of nostalgia because I'm very classically trained, you know, and
finally.
Yes, exactly. So I spent so many hours of my life trying to just play a key that it sounds actually nice, and now
I don't need an Evo.
Exactly. Most of what I do nowadays is just like basically going to sketchy shops trying to find whatever they wrote in a score. Anyways, the point is that it was in this sense very refreshing to see that somebody's writing actually for keyboard, and within as well aesthetic that is still tonal in many ways. It goes into different areas, which I guess arguably would be out of the tonality, or at least not purely tonality, but there's a lot of tonal centers, and it really hit my taste as well. I'm a total crazy fan of late Scriabin, Szymanowski, and so anything that is kind of in the border between tonality and non-tonality anymore, or systemized tonality that is sort of kind of
going beyond,
taking a peek on what if it was not tonality. You know? So anything that is in this area really hits me strongly, aesthetically for sure. And I think this is the main reason why I was really captivated by your score, and also your recording. You said you've recorded this piece some time ago, and I guess you wanted to have a second version.
Exactly.
What was your idea actually of asking somebody? I mean, you're a pianist yourself, and so when I actually received, and with this I finished already, when I received your proposal, I was like, well, I mean, and I think
what can I do?
I think I even told you, like, I'm not gonna know your piece better than you do, and you already play it.
Maybe you will.
Maybe at some point, but of course, you composed it, you know absolutely everything, and this will actually influence a lot the way you write, and we'll get into this a little bit later. But so why did you want me to play it, actually?
Well, the thing is that it was a very experimental writing for me, Leviathan Sonata. So it took me beyond my own limitations, rhythmically and from a composer perspective. I was trying to push myself beyond what I was used to write before. So I really came into this complex writing, and that's why I handwrite. I got everything handwritten because I thought, oh, I'm going to struggle a lot to put this into a computer, right? And so then I asked this friend and pianist, Mark Sumsi, to type it onto the computer with Finale. And on the process between the manuscript, the audio, and the Finale score, lots of things happened.
Of course.
And also because I'm the pianist and the composer at the same time, there are slight modifications from what you've written on the first occasion and what you end up recording and playing. And sometimes
these are the things that I learned in one way because it was on the score, and then you were like, I think something
this is not working, odd. I'm going to change
Check the recording. I'm like, now you check the recording, I check the score.
Exactly. That's the thing, that there are these slight changes that maybe you forget to put them onto the score. That kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And many things that you assume that are that way, like the tempos or the characters, or the way you are meant to play that. And then when someone else plays from and learns the sonata from the score, that's when you really can see what's written there and not what's on your imagination. Because the other pianist, in that case you, doesn't know what's in your imagination.
Right.
Your only source is the score, and that's where you find everything with fun, right? Like all these slight things that needed correction and all that kind of things.
So it's kind of like you want somebody from outside to sort of like watch and experiment with what is written and sort of perfect your own.
Like it wouldn't be necessary if the writing was simple, but because it really took me away from where I was used to, I really felt I needed this, outward look with this piece.
Yeah, it's also super. It's highly complex. Actually, the score is not so easy to follow, there's just a lot. It's very notey. We could say even right. It's like there's a lot of material. There's a lot of notes.
Very dense.
Very dense. There's a lot of expanded harmonies. Which is as well something that I really like. That it's kind of you hear the center, the tonal center, but every harmony is very spicy, or like it just has so many overtones, like.
Or it's like a kind of expanded harmony.
So maybe you can actually quickly, or not so quickly, talk a bit about the conception of the harmony, which is one of the most interesting elements from my point of view as a performer from your piece.
So at the time I was reading a lot about mathematicians, about their lives, their discoveries, like Pythagoras or Gödel. I was reading about the history of number p, the history of the golden ratio, Pythagoreans, the way they thought about numbers, and I found all this stuff like really interesting. So I came up with the idea of instead of using musical themes, using mathematical themes.
Okay.
So the sonata is meant to have these contrasting materials, right? And I thought,
between the first theme and
the first theme, the second theme. So I thought, why don't you use as your main characters for this story? At the end, the sonata says some kind of story, right? Why don't you use as characters these mathematical numbers, these special numbers? Like the first theme is based on P, the P number, and the second theme is based on Tetractys. The Tetractys is number 10 for Pythagoreans, but they had a special way of thinking about numbers. Like this Tetractys number was a sacred number, and it was triangular for them because you could build a triangle like 4, 3, 2, 1, and it was something dynamic. So you could play around with this groups of numbers, this 4, 3, 2, 1. So I thought this is very interesting. It has lots of possibilities.
Potential. Yeah.
Lots of potential. So, and the P number, well, it's a crazy thing, right? Because it's already there in nature. And so it's like a discovery, and it's a never-ending discovery, actually. Like nowadays, there are some computers calculating the number trillion digit of P, and it's still ongoing.
Okay, so
and so it's a really crazy idea. It's like a transcendent idea. Like the P number connects you with something that really goes beyond your humanity or your lifespan and goes into the universal, right?
Okay.
So I thought that's like powerful. And I try to build everything from these two numbers. Not just the harmony, but the rhythm, the shape of the sonata, like all the materials, the intervallic distances for the melodies, everything. So in the case of the harmony, with the P number, everything comes from the digits of the number P.
Okay. You have this crazy tables that you were showing me.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I had like a list of the digits of number P for every aspect of the sonata.
Yeah.
And I have all these copies of the list of the digits, so I wouldn't get confused. Yeah, and with the P number, well, you know, so it's 3, 1, 4, whatever.
Yeah.
So the number of notes that belong to each chord are determined by these digits.
Okay.
And then also the intervals between the root notes.
Yeah.
And then also the intervals between the root and the notes that build the harmony from bottom to the top.
I see. So everything is controlled by the number.
Everything is controlled by the numbers. There's no choice.
And this is something super interesting that I think about very often. And we were speaking about it a little bit about Ligeti, right? There are this, I mean, this is a total different level, but there are these minds that always want to have this, or always, eventually want to have this inspiration from numbers and you know, hard science. And in your case, I think you reached something which really speaks to me, which is like you were explaining now, an incredibly detailed, controlled environment from all aspects. But the music sounds so improvised in many ways.
Yeah, because that was part of the thing, actually. Like having a very rigorous approach to how I build a sonata and how I write and how I make decisions. So I try to make the minimum decisions. So every aspect comes from the numbers, but at the end, there's also lots of decisions there. I mean, and all my you know, influences are there. So as you said, at the time I was playing the 10th Scriabin sonata, the trill sonata.
Yeah.
So that texture is on the B section. Yeah. And I was also listening a lot to Alexis Weissenberg, the sonata
in a state of jazz.
In a state of jazz, and Kapustin.
I listened to it as well.
Yeah.
Very interesting piece.
Very interesting piece.
As well, very dense and thick chords.
Exactly.
And very virtuosistic, just like your piece as well. I mean, in a different way. But
in a different way, yeah. Kapustin also. So I mean, that's there too. And I was improvising a lot back on those days too. So all the resources I was finding on the improvisations came into play in the sonata. But yeah, so it was like on a first stage, coming from these numbers and these abstract structures, and then putting on my skin, you know, on my...
And what this connects perfectly with my next
ideas.
Question. What is your skin? What is it to sound like Daniel Ariño?
Well, I think that's something I cannot say, others should say from the outside.
No, but it's also, even, I mean, I guess you already replied to it. We could also approach it in the sense of like, do you think about it? Do you pursue a personal, now we say personal branding, which can be applied to any discipline anyways, or do you, when you start composing or where you did start this piece or other pieces, do you in advance think, okay, how would I sound myself? Like, do you try to find an individualistic sound, or is it something that occupies some mental space, or is it totally like typical performer thing to ask that nobody anyways is interested about?
It is an interesting question. I mean, I admire artists that allow themselves to take different paths and to explore with different resources and to go through different stages. I think that what's important at the end is that you kind of follow your, I wouldn't say intuition, but maybe that you try to answer your own artistic questions.
Mm-hmm.
And what comes out of that sometimes is some kind of craftsmanship and identity, but maybe this identity should be some kind of byproduct of this inquiry, this artistic inquiry, not a personal brand that you're trying to sustain to attain success or commercial success, no?
Yeah.
I think it's some kind of byproduct.
Okay.
So, or that's how I believe it should be.
Okay, so it will be more like the dilemma between, did you find this material that works very nicely and then you keep on reproducing it because you see that it works and people like it? Or is it more like you did something that people loved and when they commission you a piece, they expect to hear that you found, or this soundscape or this sort of identity, and therefore it keeps on repeating itself, not because it's your artistic research or not because it's your will, but because it's more like what the business demand, what is expected when they commission you a piece and they expect certain sound or certain idea, and then you have to kind of deliver that so that everybody's happy and you keep on getting more commissions, this kind of thing.
That's what I think we should avoid somehow.
Okay.
So it should be more like you develop your own techniques and your own aesthetic ideal, and you pursue that, and out of that, at the end, there's something that you can recognize about that particular author or artist. But
this also connects very nicely with another question I wanted to bring here up. Artistic research versus recycling material. When you found something that really works, how often do you recycle material? Within the world of performance, we have these funny conversations many times about pieces, even great composers that nobody's discussing that they're a great composer, but like, oh yeah, it's just that piece but transposed, or like...
Oh, like Bach did it all the time.
Exactly, like really, like once you wrote one Mozart sonata or Mozart concerto, then you've done it all, in the sense of like you hardly will find different techniques, maybe in different tonality or in a different specificity, or something will be different. But let's say the main point is kind of repeated on itself. And in the new music world, we find this very often, whether you're playing a piece for solo piano or for ensemble or for orchestra. You will find that your instrument sort of, by the composer assigned certain material, and it doesn't seem to change a lot. Doesn't matter in which setting, in which format. And why was I asking about this? The recycling
or not recycling.
Exactly. How often do you recycle your material? Let's just put it boldly.
Well, I think like you learn from your own experiences, and that's something that's like unavoidable in a way. But I think it's interesting also to try to push yourselves to pursue new paths or explore with new techniques and ideas, so something new comes up, right? So it's some kind of balance, I think, between your past and your future.
Okay.
You're in between.
Yes. I'm trying to build one. Tell me about the biggest failure in your deadlines. I want to talk about deadlines. This is a thing, okay? We need to talk about deadlines. And I hope that 20 Bars Challenge will be a place where we get to talk about getting your scores ready. I mean, we're all super understanding I think it must be so hard to take so many elements in consideration and prepare a piece and do the parts, and of course even if you get the help of somebody who's copying it or doing the parts, you just have to have such a huge knowledge about every instrument, how it works. Then you have to conceive the piece, then you have to write it down, because one thing is to do it in your head and another thing is to put it down. So 100% understanding on the thing, but I wanna sort of put my finger in the eye of composers in this channel and ask them, and in your case I don't know because I know you very briefly, what's the biggest, okay, I'm really late on my deadline.
I don't have an answer to that because it's still ongoing. It's
okay,
still ongoing.
So you're still in the shit. I see.
Like p decimals, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's still ongoing.
Are you are you on a safe side? Are you already crossing to the red side, or you're like totally late?
I'd say I'm on the orange side.
Orange side. So some alarms are popping out, but you're still capable of doing it.
Like there's this publishing firm, Brotons and Mercadal.
Yes, I know them, yeah.
And they're interested in publishing El Nus La Flor, which is this song cycle I wrote.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, they are interested in it because, well, we played it a lot, like more than 40 concerts.
Wow.
And the poet is very famous in Catalonia, Enric Casasses. And so they showed an interest in this particular work, and we already signed the contract and everything. And I was meant to be delivering the scores this January. That's what I had.
This January?
Yeah.
We're in June.
I know.
Today. June
I know. I delivered like half of them, okay?
Okay.
But yeah, I delivered the.
You're delivering the manuscript, or are you delivering already
the proper thing. Yeah.
The proper thing.
The thing is that when I contacted them, I already had the scores, but I wasn't aware how much revision they needed.
How much? Sorry, what?
How much revision?
Revision. Revisions. Yeah. Actually.
So I wasn't aware.
So you have to review it a few times until every time is a new filter, and then there's mistakes. But are you searching for mistakes, or is it like checking that?
It's a similar thing that happens with Leviathan.
Okay.
Because I'm the pianist and composer, many things I changed as I was playing them, and they are on my studying copies, but maybe they didn't get onto the definitive score. So. I need to, adjust all those little mistakes I found or changes I made. And all
so in their case, they're not providing you for an external pianist to check on your scores?
No, I need to do it myself. This I can do myself.
Okay.
But the thing is that I'm very grateful because they are being so patient, and I just called and they said, no problem, take your time. So.
All right. So, okay, not too bad, but alarms.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I hope this summer.
I hope so. You're hoping that it will get released on the summer.
No, I hope I will do my part this summer.
And they will release it?
I don't know. That depends on their part of the job.
Okay. And I want actually to ask you, now that we're talking about editing, but more of I wonder, I guess for us performers it's a little bit similar, although we always have the possibility, and you were even telling me that you're doing that as a pianist as well, to commission a composer a piece, to kind of sort of make like a collaboration together for a specific project, or maybe just to get a piece. And this is kind of the way we performers sort of keep on working and try to get our work out. And how is it from the other side, from the composer side? What are the challenges to get commissioned? Who commissions actually pieces? Is it institutions, or is it nowadays more like individual projects, self-organized projects? I mean, I have this question because it's even useful for me as the host of the channel, sort of kind of this is my interest as well, to get in touch with composers, especially of course with those that I find very interesting. So there's the part of the challenge, which is like play, practice, record, and keep on rolling it, you know, like. And the other part is like having a more long-lasting connection to people who I find interesting and are doing things that I find interesting. Yeah, how is it from the other side?
Well, for me, there's no other side because
you're in both sides, actually.
I'm in both sides. Yeah, I feel more like a pianist slash composer or composer slash pianist. Like for me, it's always been something that's gone together, right?
Okay.
But well, the last thing, big thing I wrote, it was something that Mercedes Gancedo asked me to write, but I was also willing to ask her to write this project for her. So it was a kind of symbiosis, yeah.
Perfect timing.
And it was a song cycle with texts by Jorge Luis Borges and Julio Cortázar for voice and piano. And yeah, in that case, it all came from us, but we managed to launch a crowdfunding campaign.
Okay.
And well, we got some important donors like Agustí Tosar. Thank you very much.
Yeah, shout out to the donors of the.
Yeah, and we also got a grant by the Barcelona City Council.
Okay.
And so that allowed us to, you know,
to move forward.
To carry on with this project. But I mean, I believe there are plenty of options like grants, subsidies, or finding donors. There are different options for composers in Catalonia or Spain nowadays to, you know, and get commissioned and get paid for their work. But yeah, lately in my case, I get a decent salary as a teacher, so I'm you know, like getting these subsidies, these grants, launching these crowdfunding campaigns is actually hard work.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this decision where my teacher self is kind of the main donor of my artist self.
Okay.
Let's put it that
so
way.
You invest on your own artistic research.
Yeah, like I prefer not to invest my time on all this stuff and just to use my savings to produce whatever I want to do.
I mean, we do the same, right? I mean, we're actually performers, both of us, and we need to record to be able to present. So we basically found ourselves to be able to get more, or even when you record a CD, this is a whole established business. You invest your 10K on a CD because then, thanks to the CD, you'll send it to everybody that is organizing something that has any relation with what you're doing, and then you get these concerts, and thankfully you sort of take back this money that you invested, and even hopefully a little bit more, so you can reinvest it in the next project.
Yeah, well, and sometimes it works economically, and sometimes it doesn't. But
but
for me, it's fine either way. Like I think it has a purpose in itself, right?
Yeah.
Like for instance, I commissioned lately a work for piano solo to Ramon Humet.
Yeah.
Because I found out, and it was a strange coincidence, that we are both Zen practitioners. And
what do you mean,
Zen practitioners.
Zen practitioners, so super Zen, yeah.
Yeah, like Zen Buddhism, meditation.
Nice.
Yeah,
all right.
and we are both Zen practitioners, and he's an extraordinary composer, and I thought,
it's really great.
It would be great to, you know, commission him a work for solo piano based on a profound and beautiful text by an ancient Japanese Zen master.
Okay.
And that's what I did, and I, you know, emailed him, and he was thrilled by the idea, the proposal, and yeah, that's Shinjin Mei, the poem of the Mind of Faith or something like that. Would be the translation.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's still working on that. He sent me some.
Is he late in the deadlines?
No, he's fine. He's doing fine. There's actually no deadline. Like,
Okay. So you're well, of course.
Well, he set his own deadline.
I mean, it would be very.
He set his own deadline. He wanted to have it before summer, but I'm like, take your time.
It will be such a paradox to connect through Zen and then be like, you're late on your deadline.
No.
Okay.
There's no rush.
No, I'm looking forward then to hear whenever.
I'm looking forward to start practicing on this course. Yeah.
Very nice. I find him a very interesting composer. What you said before about this type of composer who is always kind of searching for a new paths, new aesthetics, that doesn't just find one thing and keeps on repeating it. And I came across some of his pieces and I found. I even thought like, one day.
And maybe it's not just that. There's, in his case, I think some kind of authenticity. Like you can see that he has a very profound view about life, right?
Yeah.
And he connects with something that's deep and within himself, but also goes beyond.
Okay.
And that kind of thing, that's actually what I admire too about certain composers, like this kind of mystic path of the artist, like Scriabin or Messiaen, Monpeau.
So it's a little bit the driving force is transcendent.
Exactly. Immanent and transcendent at the same time. Yeah.
Very nice. Very beautiful. What would you ask our next guest? You don't know who's coming next, and I want to do this thing of that there's random questions rolling around, and maybe we get some unusual answers. Well, you're at the moment the first one, so I cannot really ask you what was the question from the previous one, but as soon as I get more, then I'll sneak you in again, so you get your chance to also have to respond a super random question.
Okay.
Do you have something in mind?
Yeah, so what drives you to write music?
Okay. What drives you to write music? What
ideal or force or motivation or travel, I don't know, emotion or whatever.
Okay, great. All right. We've covered actually everything I wanted for sure to do. Now it's 3:05. So I think now is the moment where you can simply talk about you or your piece, something that you want to mention specifically, something that you want our viewers to know about you. So now you have carte blanche. Just say what you want. We have a few minutes more. No restrictions.
Okay. So first I want to establish that the number is 3,14159, etc. Because I think I said before, so I skipped one number.
It would have been also kind of funny that you did all this like master work in the P number and you missed the first one. Like,
and I missed the first number.
No, but this is something that I will edit it in. You really need to check this out. I mean, this is nuts. I thought at first, wow, this guy went through a very hard period of his life, and then he was kind of like, oh my god, writing a lot of numbers. I mean, I think it's. I mean, this really makes me admire you for taking the time, for taking the energy to really find this source of inspiration where. Yeah, not so many people would I think dare to dive in, and so. But you maybe can.
I could say that I admire and pity my previous self at the same time.
Okay, admire and pity your own self.
Like
I mean, when I look at this stuff, I'm like, wow, man. So, this is hard stuff. I will edit it in so you guys see this because this is something else. I mean, I'm used to like quite messy, or not messy because actually it's super organized, but like loud manuscripts or loud scores, you know, that people that you see, they're thinking so many things and there's almost no white space in between.
Yeah.
But so systematic and so crazy. Here is not, here we don't have the numbers, but it's, I don't know. You show me something.
Well,
and you need to show me the artwork that you did for the piece, because it's super beautiful.
Well, that would be like, I'd like that to be the
cover of
the.
It has to be.
Why
is it not yet?
Well, because we're doing this together.
Okay.
It needs to go through this filter first.
Do you have a digital copy? Like I will edit this.
Well, I have the original, so maybe I can ask some photographer to.
Yeah, you need to do like a professional scan, high quality.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful. This is really beautiful. I mean, again, that's the thing. It really hits my taste. I think this is something. I hope I will have this more often. That I see somebody. Composing and even painting things that I really, when I see them, I'm captivated by. Actually, it has this movement and this like very, very.
And there's the Tetractys in it.
There's the Tetractys in
4, 3,
it.
2, 1.
There's really like, it's not completely abstract, right? There's this head of this mythical creature, sort of. It has movement. It has a lot of strength, but it has as well. And this is the perfect ingredient. I mean, we talked about it. You've been staying at my place these days, and I explained to you that it used to be a little bit more zen. Now it's a little bit noisy inside within the apartment because we have this situation. We're leaving soon, but whatever.
I'm with you on minimalism.
Exactly. So we really connect in this sense as well, because it really transmits so much power and yet so much order, as in. It's not screaming at me, it's just very powerful, and when I let myself within this painting, I can find all this power, but it's not like loud, it's not speaking loudly to me, it's just allowing me to observe. I think one of the things I really love about, if I will answer actually your question. My driving force, it's not for me the question, but whatever.
No. Do that.
My driving force is contemplate something very beautiful, actually, or hear something beautiful. And I love when something is so intensely beautiful in front of me, but still not grabbing me by the throat and like, hey, look at me. Yeah. It's something that stays, and it's sort of like, a little bit. It will be too simplistic to say Zen, but you get the point.
Yeah, I get the point.
So I think it's really great what you did here. I would totally put it in my living room, but of course that's not possible. But you should.
Maybe.
If you brought it,
that would be a good gift for you. Actually.
Yeah, well, that would be too much.
I think you deserve it. Actually, I need to talk to my.
You should have brought that. We should have like put it here as a background for the recording. Maybe.
Oh, it's in my uncle's house.
Okay.
So I need to ask my uncle first. But if he's okay with it, it may
travel.
It may travel. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. I mean, you want to add something?
I think that's it.
I think this is a round ending we can agree on, and we can get to actually performing, listening, and enjoying your music. Thanks a lot again. Really, thank you a lot for spending the time and coming here and doing this together. I really hope that it will be very interesting for everybody. Like I said, in this channel we sort of try to speak to composers and performers and establish this dialogue that is so enriching for us. It's kind of our practice anyways, and with a little bit of very, friendly, easygoing atmosphere, but we really go inside, we go deep into the music, we go deep into the, into your vision, into your work, and of course, I will share all your information. People can, when they find this piece interesting or something that you've said or we've talked here interesting, please go and check him out. He has a very solid professional internet presence. You have CDs in Spotify, you have your social media as well. I don't know how active are you in Instagram and all that, but you definitely have a lot recorded. I was recently also listening to other albums of yours.
And a lot is coming out soon.
And a lot is coming out because you're recording every piece. You told me that you're trying to record everything that you've written so far.
That's it.
And then say it again, because that was such a great statement that if you don't record it...
I want to pay my debt with my previous selves.
Exactly. That's such a great thing. So if you wouldn't record what you've worked and you've put so much love and energy into, it would be like
acquiring... to keep writing new stuff.
It would be acquiring a debt with yourself that you need to pay later, and probably also a little bit more expensive, because as time goes by, like you said, you forget things, it's harder, you lose your papers, la la la, and it becomes more and more difficult. But thank you a lot for sharing this time, and I'm really looking forward to listen to your new recordings, to your new commissioned piece and everything, and keep in touch for anything.
Thank you very much, Pierre. Yes. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, everyone.
And we need to say thank you very much. Piano Schöckl. Am I saying it right? Schöckle. So Piano House Schöckle for really letting us be here in this amazing place. We're going to play in this amazing Bösendorfer. It's sounding great, and this place is just really a dream to be able to start here. I mean, this is. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Lucas, and everybody. And I don't know if this will go in the podcast, but anyways, mwah. Yes.
You want to do the question again, where you tell something about your piece? You were asking, and then you took a lot over. Just like 2 minutes, free card for him.
Carte de blanche.
About the sonata?
Yeah, just like your carte blanche, what you would tell about your piece.
Something like free impro about your piece.
Somewhere else after this.
Sorry.
Okay.
Get carried away. Thank you.
Okay, so this sonata it comes from lots of readings from Borges, Rafael Argullol, from all this mathematical influence. Maybe it's some kind of homage also to my maths and teacher from the back in the days, which were amazing and very inspirational. And they said that, music is maths being heard, right? Audible maths. Yeah. So yeah, it's a kind of homage to that idea. And it's also some philosophical inquiry about order and chaos, being order represented by P. Being order represented by...
I was just going to say...
order being represented by Tetractys, which is this, number 4, 3, 2, 1, this idea of divine order, but it's human order in the end, right? Yeah. And P as this kind of, transcendent thing that you cannot grab, you cannot grasp. And how those two ideas, which apparently are, one is here and the other is there, they are opposite, how they can come into play together. And the sonata is really about that. And it's also about exploring another contradiction, which is this rigorous way of writing and starting always from the numbers and from things that I haven't really decided, like I just follow certain rules, but then trying to make it alive through my body and my experience on the keyboard and on improvisation, on intuition, and trying to find this kind of dialogue also between this mathematical order and this intuitive or physical side.